What's up? How's everybody?
What's going on?
How you guys doing? I'm here. I've made it through the long week, and I am alive. As the space,
Hi, doggy.
as the elemental, and of course,
Oh, shit! Alright!
what is going on, y'all? It has been a long week for me, but I am here, and I am doing things again with Phoenix Wright. It's exciting! Yay! 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 I need to get back to the gym, workout. A workout. How's everybody been doing? Space, I appreciate all the input that you have with the PC build. With your input, you've actually downed the cost from like closer to $2,400 to now, before tax, just a little bit under 2,000. And I think it's a pretty solid build. Pretty excited. Just need to finalize some things, show a few other people the list, see what they think, if they have any suggestions, pick a PC case, and I think we can finally just like get this PC fund underway. You know, it's gonna be great. The iFixit kit. Okay, I will. I was just upgrading RAM in my laptop, and I thought I might remind you about that. Cool. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be pretty good. And also, another thing that I've been working on is stuff for my demo reel. I've been anti-static wristband. I saw that on the PC. What's it called? I can't remember the name of the website. PC Building. It's a big one. They recommend that. They also say that having a magnetic plate is helpful for organizing the screws. But I have been working on my demo reel stuff finally. I feel like it's been long overdue, but it's one of those things where it's like I gotta talk myself up into moving forward with it. But I've been selecting a few key voices to show my range, and I've been writing very small snippets of dialogue to show what the voice sounds like, and a little bit of acting chops. And yeah, it's been fun. But I'm gonna be talking to my voice coach about all that stuff and how I should go about recording it, how I should go about mixing it. Should I get a professional to mix it? Should I just mix it myself? I have a very basic understanding level of like how to edit audio and mix things and stuff to where it would sound good. Maybe not 100% professional, but gotta see what the price of a professional doing the mixing would be versus me doing it myself. But yeah. Speaking of voice acting, how about we get into some gameplay, huh? All right. Be sure to let me know how the volume is. And is the mic volume good? It looks like it's good on my end. Let's get into day 3 investigation. February 24th. Whoa. That was 2 days ago. Game audio check, mic audio check. Sweet. 2 days ago. Holy shit. February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright and Company Law Offices.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dart killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Lana wanted Dart convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What do you mean, what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dart's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
On the night the prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dart tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dart trial.
I did not see that one coming.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then, suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dart. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dart tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then,
what happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture into my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture?
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true, even though I may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. What did you see in that instant that crime occurred?
Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of his Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable.
Same pose, exactly.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crimes with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see.
I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick.
But there's still something that bothers me about that crime.
There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there?
Not only that,
but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way to your sister's office?
Because the detective's offices and questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
After the Joe Dark case,
she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective. I better have another talk with her. Well, sounds like we are moving to the detention center. February 24th, detention center, visitors room.
Lana! Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble.
Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks.
Lana, Emma told me about you.
Oh?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs?
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so fazed before.
It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant?
He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever! They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 incident was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes. Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana. It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. Oh my. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her after all her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident? That's right. Quite a coincidence. I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident, just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The Chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the Chief's office. The site of the final SL9 murder. Okay. Let's go there then. Oh, my ear is itchy. February 24th. Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
You're right. The chief detective seems the same, though.
Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to?
Right. We can come back here later. That man must be the chief of detectives. He's staring at the screen so hard it might shatter. What? Dark case may have been fabricated? That's what I thought all along. I just never bothered to tell anyone. Now there's a guy who cares about his work. So this is the police mascot, is it? The Blue Badger, the future star of the police force.
The design's a little changed from the one outside.
Ah, well, the Dancing Blue Badger, TM, is still under development, you see.
You have it trademarked?
Absolutely. It's cutting-edge stuff. Very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter, and she burst into tears. Don't show her the moving mock-up outside. You'll give her nightmares. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. That's it. The villain used a time machine. Very clever indeed. That would explain the alibi. The future might not be so far away after all. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. Okay, let's see if we can... Maybe is that the entrance? February 24th, Police Department, entrance. Ooh. Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
I never thought things turned out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera, sera. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Billy?
Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? That was Phoenix. Chill pill, audio good. Thank you. Hello, and hello, Toko. Toko button. What up, my dude? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in my evidence room today, partner.
But, Mr. Marshall, why did you do it?
Why did prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, do you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. So I'm going to do something a little bit different with his voice for just a little bit. See what you guys think. Basically, this is going to be one of the voices that I do for my voice reel. I want. I'm thinking the first voice on my voice reel to be this gruffer cowboy voice, and I just want to see what give him a New Zealand accent. Give him a New Zealand accent. Blah 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 blah. It's terrible. Did I? Hello. Give him a New Zealand accent. I gotta watch more. What's it called? Flight of the Conchords. Get immersed. Okay, so it sounds Canadian. Oh, goody. I'm from New Zealand, eh? Okay, so tell me what you guys think about this gruffer voice for him. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence found. For example, the murder weapon.
The murder weapon? You mean the switchblade knife with the broken tip?
That was Joe Dark's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained.
What does that mean?
It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon.
Huh?
However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased.
Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence?
That case left behind scars on all of us.
The scars that the SL9 incident left behind.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he, your brother?
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that day.
The highest honors. You mean the...
King of Prosecutors.
I knew it.
What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor.
Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal.
Interesting.
It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die.
Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty.
There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Ms. Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room.
What about Detective Goodman?
If they did something to him too, the commissioners got suspicious. Would get suspicious. Nah, they were careful enough not to be too obvious.
They? Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second-in-command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers.
After that case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right?
Yup. Damon Gant and the new chief police arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective.
Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out.
Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago.
So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner?
It was certainly enlightening.
There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict, but someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today.
The fuck did he just spit?
Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios. Adios, Bambina. This version is a constipated cowboy. I'm not sure I like that. Oh, you got 3 more subs since last week. Nice. Huh. Did we? Oh, we're not at 679 anymore. That's for sure. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Oh. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. 69,420 subs special. What? I'm gonna be hyped when the channel gets 100K. Long way away from that. I think festive is the word usually used for those.
Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything.
Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits.
Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm.
I like the Squidward voice. I keep expecting to hear SpongeBob.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
Let's move it to the chief's office. Oh my god. What the actual fuck? This is such like final boss core. Whoa, where am I?
In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door.
Check out the pipe organ. That's real, isn't it?
Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach.
I'm bringing sexy Bach.
Yeah! I never could remember where C was.
Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant! He put the paper he was reading in his desk.
Oh, so, Wright-o, have you been swimming lately?
No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. Bach is my favorite classical musician. SpongeBob. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement. Oh, you mean about the forged evidence. 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that picture on the wall over there? I do. That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with the picture. The shield looks different. What is it? I think there's a... Is there not a sword with the other... With the trophy that what's his name was given? Edgeworth? To be honest, a lot of that is because World of Warcraft Burning Crusade, they play a remixed version of his music, so it's been stuck in my head since. Oh, also, welcome, Leo. I can't quite put my finger on it, though. Photo at the award ceremony of Gant, Alina, and Neil. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry and get out! I have a meeting to attend.
Looks like we aren't welcome.
It seems that case isn't over with yet, after all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gant decided our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there.
You mean, like a clue?
There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Come on, Detective Gumshoe. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in the meeting? Just taking a breather. My feet hurt.
From sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. That sounds serious.
Is it because of what my sister said?
That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood.
Yikes.
Talk to me, buddy. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, a prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now, with this...
Are there really so many people who hate him?
In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey, Dick. Keep up the good work. Yes, sir! Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir! You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir! It seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find anything? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl?
Me.
It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all.
Well, what was it?
Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fail to impress.
Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory.
Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car.
With his car? So it was an accident.
An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal.
An animal?
He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then he was burying the bodies. A jogger came up to the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence, so he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Doc was arrested on the spot. Goddamn, bro was going to kill the whole town to save on that car insurance. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma. Let's see. I knew it. The picture has a sword in addition to the broken shield. But the one that we actually have has no sword. Let's see here. So he wants to see the murder weapon? Wait. That wasn't what he was looking for. Hey, is that? There was a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker.
On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler.
That's it! Now I remember what the incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget!
This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? Joe Dark's. That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it too.
But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right?
That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken.
You don't have to take a good look to notice that.
Yeah, well, anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in.
Where was it?
The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet! Down to the last fiber.
That's pretty conclusive.
Stabbed in the back, died from punctured heart and lung. Knife tip was in the wound. Broken tip was found in the victim's body, belonged to murderer Joe Dark. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered.
The chief's out now and his office is locked, but we'd like to have a look around if that's okay.
Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door.
What? Really?
But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust.
Breach of trust?
Simply put, I'd be canned.
Oh.
Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's.
That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died.
Oh,
So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office.
I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind.
This?
No.
What should I show him? Or maybe I need to move? Whoops. Should have just switched to Geico.
Attorneys and prosecutors have no business showing evidence outside of court. It's taboo, especially when the interests of both parties are involved.
She really means it.
Lana.
Okay, it is not her. Nothing new there. Oh, here we go. February 24th, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. No one's here today, not even Miss Starr.
Everyone's probably busy looking into exactly what went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are.
But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m.
Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty.
Hey, hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet.
There he is! It looks like he's writing something.
What? What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh?
I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me?
Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you.
That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings.
So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict.
15 minutes can save you 15% or more.
That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact.
But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that evidence was falsified.
The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same, no matter what excuses I might have.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this?
Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow?
First last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial.
Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this.
What do you mean?
The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd.
After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty.
Even Edgeworth can't keep this bottled up. Man's literally been crying the entire game. Hi. Hi.
That was really the only thing on my mind at the time.
Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time.
That picture. Something seems strange about it.
Could you tell us about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered?
Hi, little boy.
You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right?
I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one.
Because you were awarded this!
Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up in the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department.
You finished up at the office?
Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back.
Take something back?
This.
Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he?
Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office.
That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because Chief asked you to.
That's right.
Alright, show him the picture. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office.
Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy.
Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me.
Yes? The trophy that was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design.
A story?
Sounds interesting.
Would you mind telling it to us?
Yeah.
Oh, is the stream offline? Are we back up? Doesn't look offline to me. Back up again.
It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on.
Oh. What do you think about this?
I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea.
I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Edwards just told you no in a very stylish manner.
Whose side are you on, anyways? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. You know, it wouldn't hurt if you were to put this up somewhere, like on a shelf.
That has no meaning for me anymore.
What do you mean, anymore?
That's who I was last year. What good is it to dwell on the past?
He's asking me? Why can't he just accept it graciously? Actually, something's been troubling me about this shield. Look, do you notice anything different?
Different?
Yeah, don't you remember? The other shield in the court record?
I guess I better present this other shield. What'd you throw on the floor? Wonder what he was writing before.
Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look.
Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there.
Just distract him. I'll check it out.
Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground! Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, Letter of Resignation.
Resignation?
Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, Wright. I feel as if something inside me has died.
But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault.
I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious.
Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something.
This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything? Alright. Whoop. Let's take a look.
Due to recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as public prosecutor.
He really wrote a resignation letter.
Wow. Even resigning, Mr. Edgeworth is cool and concise. Still, it wasn't his fault.
Someone has to be held responsible. You let Trinket in really quick.
Yeah, but that responsibility means nothing if he just quits.
Why do you come to me? Go see Mama. Go see Mama. Angel. Somebody call the ambulance.
To truly take responsibility, you should have to work for the rest of your life for no pay.
That's one tough grown-up world out there. Do. Oh wait. Let's examine the trophy one more time. Something that looked like that?
Yeah, only different.
Now, where was that? She's right. Something's amiss here. Maybe I should show Edgeworth that item. I thought I did. He just started making a name for himself. Well, okay, but what exactly do I show him? There might be food, Trinket. There might be food. No? Okay. Okay. Hahaha. Died from blood loss in under 10 minutes. Weapon found in wound was missing tip. Oh, the court record. Oh, we're in the court record. The hell do I pick? Switchblade. No. Oh, hello. Hello. How are you? You're being very sweet. Okay. Little girl requires scritchins. Hi. She comes up and gently puts her paw on my arm, as if to remind me, "Hey, I'm here. Would you please? Thank you." Is it good? Is it yummy? What's on my hand that you're just so into? Oh. You just want more scritchins now. Alright, let's figure this out. ID record, screwdriver, document. Okay. Excuse me. Oh. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Starr. I guess she's out for lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Hi, baby girl. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be all attributed to mere coincidence. She's softening up the bed. She's got to get it nice and comfy. Quiet, Ryder. You're scaring her. Let her concentrate. Are you done? Oh. Alright, that was very anticlimactic. Yep. And now she is laying on the dog bed. Alright. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness. The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife? No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw.
Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Star's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Joe Dog. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye.
My sister?
The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo, Lana and Chief Gant. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious that the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret.
But you don't have proof of anything illegal was done.
I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties, most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor.
Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor.
Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter.
She was being used.
Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation, with Lana second in command. They were the best.
They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they?
Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produce the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled.
Incredible evidence?
You mean... Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her.
Really?
Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake.
Mr. Marshall.
When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating.
Miss Starr.
That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that?
Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she?
Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence.
Chief.
That's right. Having solved the SL9 SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office.
What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same.
Trinket. 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 No. Get off him. Trinket. Yeah, she knows what you're doing. Mama knows everything. Andrew, you brought down that bone and you're not even gonna chew it now? I guess so. Heard him drop it down the stairs.
It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Stark. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been.
This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story?
Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it to me? Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake?
Very well. Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd that he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon.
Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other.
Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of both items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born.
Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize...
Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this.
Wow! Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today.
That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished.
Chief Gant.
Let us move. Oh, give me just a second. I have to go pippies. It will be right back. Hold on.
All right. Whew. I had to quickly eat my dinner so that I was no longer hungry. If that makes sense. No, I wanted to make sure that I could eat before leaving, so I just scarfed down my bibimbap from... Is it a Japanese restaurant that... What was that restaurant that you sent me? That you picked up our food from, Ratter? Did it say Japanese? Yeah, I was going to say bibimbap is Korean. But whatever. Call it whatever you want. It was good. Like, for a $13 bowl, it was pretty good. All right. February 24th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Excuse me. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ.
You're a DJ as well?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey.
Oh, that DJ.
I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no.
Huh?
$13 bowl. Yeah, but I mean, when you consider, I don't know, it's expensive. Yeah, I know, but it was filling. I'm not letting you into the chief office. I'm not letting you into the chief's office. Period. It'll be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there.
There's gotta be something we can do to make that detective change his mind.
Here. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious! Is he ever serious? Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far!
Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible.
When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice, too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence, but we betrayed him.
Detective.
That's it. I've made up my mind.
But
here, take my ID card.
we can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report.
Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. So, at least let me do this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake.
All right, detective. Thank you.
Gumshoe's ID tucked swiftly into his pocket. All right. Let's go to the chief's office. Oh, there he is. Told you, 3 minutes. Okay. Come on. Oh, Banjo gets it. All right. Oh, you don't get to growl at him. I told you you could get up here, but you didn't. So now Banjo gets scritchins. Banjo scritchins. What was that?
Banjo, you're not allowed to bark at the pregnant mama.
Ratter is upset because Banjo is borking at her quote-unquote fat ass walking around. Is that right, Banjo? What was that? Oh, what was that? That's his trigger phrase. Watch this. What was that? Banjo. What was that? What was that? Oh, well, of course he wouldn't do it. Yep, that mean old Ratter. What was that? Oh, burp. What a chonker. Yeah, it's pot calling the kettle black. Chonker. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, look at his ears perk up when he said, "What was that?" Pedro, what was that? Because it's fun.
Here goes, Mr. Wright. Click. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, there's going to be something in the safe.
We're in! If anyone finds us now,
Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Ah! Ah!
sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah! Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came to. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Uh-huh. Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card! Alright. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figure I'd take a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now.
You really do want to get fired, don't you?
Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. Alright, first let's talk. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's?
Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago.
Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see.
So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk?
No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry. This guy is starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do ya?
What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him?
Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yet. There you go. Ignoring me again. Yep. Time to look around at shit.
You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armor from here...
At first, the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window.
Really? Why didn't he?
They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view.
Oh.
Stained glass or not, it's a huge window. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room?
What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 more cent of my taxes.
You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh! Be careful of what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there.
Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out.
Cut it out! You guys don't know how scary that guy can be.
Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk.
Speaking of that, when we were here earlier...
Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant!
He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence.
A list of evidence?
In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though.
Hey, look at the case name.
Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective.
What did you just say?
I said I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long? That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence.
The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
She'll say, look at the size of the... Look at the size of this dick. In an Australian accent. That's a good sized dick. What would the other half of the list be doing here?
I knew it! The chief must be hiding something about that case.
It would appear so. Wow. Okay, so we're just going to take it. Okay.
Look at the size of Chief Gant's desk.
Found this inside the drawer. A list of evidence from the SL9 incident.
Mr. Edgeworth had the other half of the list.
What would this list be doing here? We better look a little more into this list. Okay. Oh. I wonder what this is. It looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. Huh. If only we knew someone who drew a sketch of this terrible murder. Who could that be? But who could that be?
What is it? Did you find something?
I can't make it out. I better keep quiet about it for now. No! No! It's the drawing she told you about! You idiot! Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing.
Why are your eyes moving around like that, Mr. Wright?
I better not forget about this picture. You idiot. But dramatic reveal at the right moment in trial. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe. That void is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so.
It looks like a code needs to be entered into the panel to open it.
7-digit number. I think I might know what it is. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know! You want to try my birth date. It's... I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. It's probably the day of the incident, but I don't remember what it was, so I'm just gonna do...
I guess that wasn't it.
I was so sure that was the number.
Maybe we should check the courtroom record again.
Okay, when was SL9 incident? Whee! What do we get? Bingo!
What number did you enter?
Whose birthday was it, pal? 7. The final ID card number on that record.
What?
The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 777777? That ID number? I think you're 1-7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number.
Say, anyone care to take a look inside?
No, we just opened it and now we're just gonna leave it. Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away?
Look, it's
Ooh, a shard from a broken cup.
This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen it before? There's something else in here too.
Ooh.
What's this?
Looks like a piece of leather cloth.
This is a handprint, isn't it?
Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think Chief made up the design?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, it was just a thought.
Is that it? This is all that was in the safe?
Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it and a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident?
Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective.
Yeah. There is. Detective Gumshoe, could Would you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic.
Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case?
That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it.
Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found?
You mean this one that was in the safe?
Yes, that one. Yes, that one. That was in the safe.
Oh! Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Yay! Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do.
Mr. Wright, here's some glue.
If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. But where does it fit? Oh. And then combine. Combine. Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident.
But,
hey guys, get a load of this!
what is it?
This piece you just attached. It's different from the others. How so? Oh.
There's a reddish line on it.
A reddish... Stream down for anybody else? Yep. The Chief's organ sure is sight to behold. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of the entirely different building. When a detective screws up, the chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours.
What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul.
After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in his ears. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally.
But aren't the chief's ears affected?
He never listens to anyone. He never listens to anyone anyways. That's besides the point. Slide to the left. Oh, I see the jar. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. Then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. This was the 4th time the stream died. I don't know what's going on. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? This was Lana's desk. Sure is tidy.
Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner.
There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? Nah. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in the memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Do they keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf.
Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park.
Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. This is the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that.
Note to self: Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that.
Yeah, this is in 2020. 2020. Okay. Can I say anything else? No. Da. If I'm fired, I won't be able to give you any information. So that's why I have to get it all out of my system now. You understand, don't you?
Don't be so negative, Detective. We do want you to share your information, though.
Who am I fooling? I've never had anything useful to share to begin with. Got to stay
Positive. That's what the chief was reading before, isn't it? You know, when we first came in here?
Yeah, it looks like the right side of the form has been torn off. So Mr. Edgeworth's list really was only half of the whole thing. Something else is bugging me more than that. Take a look at the back of that form, pal. The back? I feel a lot better now that jar is complete.
But it only raises another question. What was a piece of it doing in the chief's safe?
More importantly, why wasn't there any money in there? Isn't that what safes are for anyways? I have a feeling the outcome of tomorrow's trial just might hinge on this. This knife belonged to the murderer Joe Dark, right? You bet. If it wasn't for that piece of evidence, he wouldn't have been found guilty. The broken tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. Ever since that case was solved, this knife's been in Detective Goodman's locker. How could it have possibly gotten to Mr. Edgeworth's car? Not only that, but it was wrapped in Lana's scarf. What's even more mysterious is whether that's called a scarf or a muffler. Answer me that, pal! Hey, I just bought some of that stuff. I can go around detecting blood traces too.
Wow, is that a new type? I've never seen that bottle before. Add 3 inches to your base height. Base height. Hey, let me see that. Looming tall, new and improved growth formula.
You mean this can't detect any blood traces?
Well, it's not quite the same thing as luminol.
So that's why the lady at the counter had that smirk on her face. Go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand? What are you doing? Why are you sticking your hand out like that? Go ahead. Take my fingerprints.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Huh? Oh shit. Ryder says it's their virginity. Come on. This isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Oh! I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor?
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then, once they have been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away.
What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Yes. And blow. Perfect! Huh. I gave it my best shot.
That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it?
But it doesn't look like we'll get a clearer result from this print.
Okay, let's try a different finger then.
This one. We go. Blow. 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 Yay. That's Emma's fingerprint. Match found. Emma did it! No. How can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here?
Hey, you found a match. Whose fingerprints were they?
Huh? Oh, it seems like the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
Psst. Hey, you, over here. Yes? What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. No, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Ah! Chief Gant! Ah, we didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out the window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... Now get out! Yes, sir! We'll be on our way then. Why are you so mean to poor Gumshoe? Wait! You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet.
Me, sir?
I'd like a word with you.
But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet.
You with the spiky hair, you're free to go.
Mr. Wright!
Look, pal. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence in Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listen to me. I'm gonna try to smooth things over with Chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. February 24th, Detention Center.
I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning.
It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here.
But I've already told you all I can.
What you've told me over these past couple days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing.
Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman.
You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you.
I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right.
Edgeworth?
Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe.
Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there's no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth, it's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual.
What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say?
So you think I'm protecting that person? Protecting? No.
You're speaking of.
The one I am supposedly so frightened of. What's this person's name?
Take that!
Well, Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place.
I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans.
My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective.
Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes?
His crimes?
Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence.
Of course. These are serious offenses.
Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned?
Chief Gant?
Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was
me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation.
Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant.
If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words.
Show me the proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case.
Take that!
I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him?
Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder.
Why not?
Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate.
In my opinion, as an aspiring IT professional, that the stream... it is my opinion as an aspiring IT professional that the stream is dying because the little pixies in the cables are angry and we should burn rosemary and garlic in a decapitated cow skull to appease them. It was like scow skull. Scow skull!
Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day.
I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car.
Just as I suspected.
Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman.
Correct.
I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. You mean the murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife?
No.
When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife.
That's right.
Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage. Oh, and that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand?
Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in.
Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? You guys have having a storm? No. I don't know what it is. I mean, we had a cold front come through and it was really windy, but I don't know. Maybe it's just shitty internet. Ugh. Shit internet. She couldn't just stab him once?
It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible.
So, you hid Dark's knife.
The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that.
So you wrapped the knife in a scarf and hid it in Edgeworth's exhaust pipe.
Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler.
You asked Emma?
I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this.
That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence.
Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day.
A bad feeling?
The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall.
To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him?
The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. And he was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own.
Oh, you mean...
Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared.
So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room.
I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow.
Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. All right. That is a pretty good stopping spot. I'm glad that y'all were able to join me on this fun little journey into the mind of Lana Skye and a murder most foul, covered up by Damon Gant. This is probably the next episode will probably be the final one for the series. Isn't that exciting? Do what? God, I hope so. Ratter just said, are you sure about that? So it sounds like it might be 2 episodes until the finale. Okay. Join us on Friday for more Yakuza. Monday is going to be more Persona 5. I'm going to be finishing up the 3rd Harry Potter book next Tuesday. And then Wednesday will be more Metroid Prime 2. And Metroid Prime 2 looks like it is coming to a close, but I think it's probably going to be either 1 long stream or 2 normal streams to wrap it up. So, yeah, I think we're getting close to the end, right, Space? We've got a handful of items left to go. Let's see. Just taking a quick look here. Where did we leave off? Supposed to get the Sonic Boom. Okay, we got the Annihilator Beam. Supposed to get the Sonic Boom next. And the Light Suit. And then we do some backtracking to get some temple keys. So, yeah, it sounds like 1 to 2 episodes, definitely. You're close to the end. You basically have to do the Chozo artifact quest again. Yep. That's what it looks like to me. So that's exciting. We'll be wrapping up 2 games. And then after I finish up Metroid Prime 2, we'll be starting Super Metroid. Whoa! Everybody's favorite in the series. It's not my personal favorite, but I like it a lot. It's really, really good. Show Doggo again. Chicken. Come here. Come here. Oh, well. Here's Banjo. Banjo. There. You have the corgi. The porgy little corgi. Who just, like, burped or farted. I can't tell. He eats poo-poo, so when he burps, it smells like a fart. Burp farts. We done already? I just got here. You're gonna have to watch the VOD. Isn't that right, Banjo? Banjo says yes. Okay, that is it for me. Y'all have a good night. Don't let the corgis bite. Good night, y'all.